BP lot.
He continues backing up.
And Oakland and Ford. He's in reverse on Ford Road, going eastbound on Ford.
We get a traffic unit and possibly permission to hit this vehicle.
Richland 35, if I can get to him, I'm going to put him in the center. He is purposely going head-on with 18-wheelers.
That voice you hear is Richland Special Response Team operator Jacob Murphy, who's now flying down the center median in pursuit of a driver who fled during a traffic stop.
We are heading southbound in the northbound lane. I'm still in the median. I just can't get over to him. Hey, blue light's coming up towards me. Slow down, slow down. He's on the number 3 side.
Hey, he's coming up on a median go on the shoulder. Watch out.
We are coming up to the Killian now. He may try to go to the opposite side and come up on the interstate. Yep, he's trying to cut up the opposite side of going up towards Killian.
It looks like the driver may be looking to get off, but instead, he veers back onto the highway.
Right now he's going back under, shooting back across. Too many cars coming. I can't do it now. Do I have permission to crash him? I have a huge opening right now, 0 traffic.
Hey, he's coming at us. We got a lot of vehicles over here.
All right, Richland 35, I'm gonna try it. I got a huge opening.
Up ahead, deputies have blocked off traffic. That's Corporal Kenny Fitzsimmons waiting just up the road. And here's what it looks like from his point of view.
Hey, block it, block it, block it.
Corporal Fitzsimmons makes a quick U-turn and is now trying to catch up as fast as he can. The driver manages to thread the needle and gets through.
All right, the crash attempt was not a success. He is not taking the opportunities he gets on these off-ramps. He's still purposely taking the oncoming traffic.
Meanwhile, both Murphy and Fitzsimmons are now directly behind the suspect.
Hey, they're going to hold the truck when we get there.
All right. You take the lead. Yeah, take the lead. Just, we got to wait on the next break. We can't follow him when he goes, though.
Hey, I'm on your left. These units near me, stay with me so we can stop this traffic. We don't need anybody else in this pursuit.
That's Corporal Fitzsimmons passing on the right. He's now taking over as the lead car in this pursuit.
Northbound shut down as a 19. Go ahead, stop.
All right, Suzanne, we got the break after this white car.
The car rolls onto the median. The suspect sticks both arms out the window and immediately surrenders. "43-year-old James Coward, he was charged with multiple traffic offenses, including failure to stop for blue lights and siren, as well as possession of meth and several gun charges. It also turns out he was wanted by nearby Kershaw County, as well as Alabama."
Shocker.
I know.
Yeah, turns out he was wanted, which helps explain maybe why he's running. Now, just before the show, we spoke with Corporal Fitzsimmons, who was the person driving, you saw there. I asked him if during the pursuit he was thinking that things could really end badly.
Pretty much the entire time that was going through my head. While I was behind him, going the opposite way, actually, going through traffic that was coming directly at us, it was definitely a scary moment. And even right before I made impact, the only thing going through my head was, what can I do to not get hurt as bad as I could be? And if I remember right, as soon as I did make impact, I actually let go of the steering wheel so my arms weren't jerking around. So I let go of the steering wheel and kind of put him up, so try to save myself a little bit of trauma.
And at one point, it seems like you're sacrificing your vehicle, saying that you can go and take the lead.
Yeah, the person that had the lead had a newer vehicle. I at one point told him, hey, I have the older vehicle, let me up front. So he moved to the side, let me up front. And we had other deputies down the interstate a little bit further that was able to set up a roadblock and stop the traffic for us and create a lull of traffic, if you will. So there's less civilians in danger, so we could effectively and safely stop this pursuit.
Well, it's good to see that you and everyone else were okay out there, because as we were watching that unfold, it is kind of hard to believe that there were no major injuries. So thank you, Corporal Fitzsimmons. Appreciate it, and thank you for what you do every day.
No problem. Thank you very much, guys.
Curtis, this is your department. You ever seen anything like that before?
You know, there was one other incident that I know of that I saw where we had Highway Patrol block all the traffic because there was a vehicle that was coming down the wrong way, but not a menace like this guy.
Yeah,
Sure.
and it's sort of a balancing act for police in a situation like this, right, Sergeant Wood?
Yeah, officers have to use the balancing test at this point to figure out, is the risk that you're putting the public in worth getting the arrest? And in this situation it was, because this person was out of control and he, without a doubt, was going to hurt someone.
Yeah.
No question.
Again, was sent to us by the police department in Whitefish Bay, Wisconsin. And this involves a really close call.
148 traffic.
It's 3:02 a.m. and a Whitefish Bay police officer is attempting to pull over this Kia for speeding and having no plate.
(190-148), are you in pursuit?
Affirmative, he's pulling over just south of Capitol. It's gonna be a green Kia Sorento, 1 occupant. Driver, shut off the car.
The driver appears not to be listening.
Driver, turn the car off.
And then the driver continues not to listen.
Turn the car off.
And then, instead of turning the car off, the driver puts her foot on the gas and there she goes.
She's gonna be taken off. We're going southbound on Lake.
That part.
Speeds are about 86.
190-148, did you ID the driver at all?
No, we are trying to get her out of the vehicle and never approached. She's a black female with pink hair, hoops.
She's now going over 95 miles an hour.
She's having a difficult time keeping control of the vehicle. It might be motor DUI. Almost lost it. Almost lost it at Lafayette. We're going southbound.
She continues running stop sign after stop sign.
Northbound Bartlett. I'm right on her. We're going about 25 miles an hour. No traffic. No.
And then this happens.
Oh. Crash, crash, crash. We're at Bartlett and Bellevue.
That's actually a police cruiser she just crashed into.
Dispatch copy, Bartlett and Bellevue.
Now here's the camera from inside that police cruiser.
Northbound Bartlett, I'm right on her. We're going about 25 miles an hour. No traffic, no pedestrians.
The driver runs the stop sign, and the officer crashes right into her.
Oh. Are you okay? Are you okay? Talk to me.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Stay in there.
Okay.
Stay in there, Kathy.
Okay.
The officer's extremely shaken up, but is not seriously hurt. Meanwhile, the suspect is now stuck inside her car.
Who'd she hit? Show me your hands. Show me your hands. Hold your hands up. Climb out to the passenger seat.
921, we're going to need 2 paramedic units.
Hold your hands up.
She raises both hands in the air and then begins using her cell phone.
No, put the phone down.
Put the phone down.
Put the phone down.
Sister, I'm finna go to jail.
Put the phone down. You all right? Sit down on the curb.
Sorry.
Okay, sit down on the curb. You're okay. Sit down.
Firefighters quickly arrive on the scene and begin tending to the driver's injuries.
Can I open it? I would lay down on the ground.
Wow. Both the driver and the officer were taken to the hospital and released the following day. The driver, 25-year-old Jimmy Quia Dur, was charged with fleeing and eluding, as well as operating while intoxicated, causing an injury. Investigators found 2 open bottles of liquor in her. Police in Lacey, Washington are tracking a 1991 Honda Accord being driven by a suspect who was involved in a shooting a few days earlier.
I'm behind the vehicle right now.
And there he goes.
The subject that has an arrest warrant for assault first is authorized.
They toss the spikes, but he drives around them.
Pursuit's authorized. Track 2 is on restricted traffic.
2 Charlie, I'm saying I'll be calling out the pursuit. We're westbound on 15th now. Traffic is late. Speed is approximately 60 also.
Westbound traffic.
They catch up with the suspect, who then runs the stop sign.
We're now going southbound on Slater, passing 14. 47 is trying to attempt a pit. 40 miles per hour now.
The officer's trying to move in for a pit, but all that exhaust is making things really difficult.
Approaching Martinson, Radio 3 Charlie 3, traffic is late. Everybody's yielding so far. We're passing southbound Slater from our way, and now he's going to turn onto the freeway going southbound.
The suspect is now getting onto the interstate.
Radio 3 Charlie 3, traffic is medium. Speeds of 115. Speeds of 115. Just passed someone on the left, over the shoulder. Everyone's yielding for himself. We're going cutting across. This is riding the shoulder. Approaching exit 88. Approaching exit 88.
It looks like he's exiting the highway.
And we're getting off at this exit.
He runs the red light and is now getting back on the highway.
We're getting straight back on the highway. He's still riding across on the shoulder.
The officer again attempts a pit.
Way southbound.
Good pit, good pit.
He then crashes into the suspect, who then crashes into 1, then 2, then 3 patrol cars before taking off
He just rammed a few of our cars.
in the opposite direction.
Northbound in the southbound lane.
They're now doing everything they can to catch up with the wrong-way driver, who's now heading towards oncoming traffic at more than 60 miles an hour.
Doing wrong way. Southbound traffic.
The suspect apparently crashed into another vehicle. And there's the suspect. He's now completely surrounded at gunpoint.
Hands. Get out of the car. Get on the ground. On the ground. Yo.
Radio. Long distance. Lacey's got 1D.
Fortunately, the other driver in the crash is not seriously hurt. And incredibly, the suspect doesn't have a scratch on him. Though it looks like his vehicle's gonna need some work. Wow. 32-year-old Frank Jonathan Taylor charged with eluding, as well as 2 counts of assault, possession of a stolen vehicle, and unlawful possession of a firearm. Yikes.
Florida Highway Patrol troopers responding to a report of a driver who just fled after throwing a bag of drugs out of the window at this Circle K, which the troop is passing now.
So we got one running northbound showing on it.
10-4, what's across street?
There's the suspect in the red Nissan Altima, taking off.
10-4, what's across street? Do you have description?
Get back on 29.
10-4, northbound 29 or southbound 29?
Just a bag of black powder.
He almost loses control and goes off the road, but quickly recovers.
Go ahead to 1161 10-4 northbound, still on 29.
East on Hope, east on Hope.
10-4 eastbound on Hope.
Going towards Ohio Farmers.
He runs a stop sign, but the trooper is right on his tail.
Let them know.
East on Hope, trying to get you on 28.
10-4 eastbound on Hope.
He tries to get past this pickup truck, but there doesn't seem to be any way around it.
Give it a track. South on Palafox. Red or maroon Nissan Altima. DZZ Y49, I believe. Delta Zulu Zulu Y49.
He tries to go around another vehicle and nearly collides with the SUV.
49. Delta Zulu Zulu Victor 49.
10-4 Delta Zulu Zulu Victor 49. Delta Zulu Zulu Victor 49. 10-4 what's the traffic like?
Light traffic, we're still southbound, headed toward the airport. Give me a unit. South airport.
10-4.
Like I said, we're trying to send somebody up to the Circle K on 29 or a bag of either cocaine or meth like that.
Whatever you is behind us, see if you can stop out with that.
He's now driving down the center of this road, forcing cars on both sides to pull over.
Still 1155 traffic. Who wants to go to the Circle K on US 29 River to that bag? If you got the Circle K on US 29 River to the
Up ahead's a traffic light. He cuts across but decides not to turn and is now driving on the wrong side of the road.
Signal 4 Whiskey, still southbound, Halifax, headed towards the end of 29.
10-4 still Club Whiskey, southbound on Halifax, US 29.
He tries to lose them by turning into a parking lot and loses control.
218 and 26, and I'm monitoring, and I heard the white powder out the
Finally, the car stops rolling and it's now upside down.
Signal 4, 29, signal 4.
10-4, signal 4.
The driver manages to climb out of the upside down vehicle and he appears to be okay. There's now several officers on the scene and they surround the suspect at gunpoint.
Pensacola Boulevard, just north of Michigan. Pensacola Boulevard in Michigan.
Everyone says single vehicle, signal 4. Single vehicle, signal 4.
10-4, meet you, man.
It does not look like it. Looks like everybody's 10-4. Just send a 1070 off rotation. Single vehicle, signal 4, and it's on its roof.
They lead the suspect back to the patrol car and he's placed under arrest.
10-4, one detained.
The driver was charged with aggravated fleeing and eluding with property damage, possession of a machine gun, possession of marijuana with intent to distribute, possession of a controlled substance without a prescription, and also driving without a valid driver's license.
Yikes.
Yeah.
36 Central, I'm jumping in. Empty car.
A Livingston County deputy is in pursuit of a driver wanted on domestic violence charges.
He's taking the shoulder. He's doing a U-turn. We'll stop him.
Instead of making the U-turn, the driver, for some reason, sticks his hand out of the window.
All solid unit 2, very flip back around.
We're westbound, speed 74, left lane.
Deputies believe the guy behind the wheel of this 2011 Ford Fiesta could be armed.
Okay, he's grabbing something out of the passenger seat. Look, he's a single occupant, speed 200. Still left lane, approaching volatile.
Up ahead is a semi and an ambulance.
4736, update.
And the Fiesta threads the needle.
Approaching Colorado, speed 290. He's going to be in the left lane.
The deputy catches back up to the Fiesta.
Now in the right lane, speed 105.
Right lane, speed 105. Back through hit one. Almost did head on. We're going to be going eastbound wrong way. Eastbound wrong way. Clear, eastbound wrong way, eastbound wrong way.
And now the Fiesta is driving on the opposite side of the road, towards oncoming traffic. Needless to say, though I'll say it anyway, this is getting very dangerous.
Confirming he is not heading westbound. He's heading westbound, eastbound. Westbound and eastbound lanes coming up to Fowlerville. Westbound and the eastbound lanes coming up to Fowlerville.
The deputy moves in for a pit.
4012, get on that ramp and block it off.
Again, the driver waves his hand out of the window.
93, I'm in the left lane, eastbound.
And is now cutting across the grass.
Eastbound left lane. Going the wrong way, getting off at Fowlerville now, in the grass area.
The deputy catches back up, and the driver sticks his hand out of the window again. Looks like he's pointing towards the gas station.
Coming up, Fowlerville.
But before he can get there, the officer moves in for the pit.
Clear coming Fowlerville.
36, pit.
Pit. Confirming pit.
Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Turn around, hands up! Hands up!
Instead of putting his hands up, he begins walking towards the pumps.
You got him? Turn around! Hand on the ground! Get on the ground!
The driver is tased and falls to the ground.
What's your name, my man? What's your name? All right, you're good now. It's over.
And now it's just a matter of placing him in cuffs.
So 32-year-old Abel Sullivan is now facing a slew of charges, including felony fleeing and numerous weapons charges. Police recovered a Glock 26 9mm semi-automatic pistol with an extended mag, which for Sullivan, bad news, as a convicted felon, no bueno.
Yeah. Even worse news.
Yeah.
All right. Another one. We got to take a deep look.
So this one is going to take us to the Florida Panhandle. That's where Highway Patrol, along with the Washington County Sheriff's Office, just released some new footage from a very bumpy pursuit.
1040 in pursuit.
Florida Highway Patrol is in pursuit of a 2014 Ford Mustang with a plate belonging to a 2017 GMC Denali. The driver makes his way over to the turning lane. But instead of turning into this cemetery, the driver heads into the opposite lane of traffic. As the trooper returns back to the northbound lane, the driver makes a U-turn. And then another U-turn, which I guess would make that a 360.
Your radio's cut now. You back northbound?
Once again, he cuts over. And again, he's now driving towards oncoming traffic. The trooper catches up to the Mustang. The driver slams on his brakes and makes another U-turn.
1834, County down 50, you want spike.
The trooper catches up to the Mustang and moves in for the pit. The Mustang hits the brakes and moves over to the opposite lane again. The driver tries to lose him down this residential area, but the officer is right behind him. The driver passes a construction vehicle going nearly 100 miles an hour. And then suddenly slams on his brakes. The driver, who's now without a rear bumper, is doing everything he can to get away, but the trooper's right on his tail. Or what's left of it. Again, the driver brake checks the trooper. The driver jumps out of the Mustang and takes off running. Followed by 1, 2, 3 officers. who eventually catch up with the suspect and place him inside a patrol car.
What's up, big dog?
And as you can see, he's got guilt written all over his face, along with a lot of other stuff.
Big Daddy. How about it, buddy? What's your name?
Alex. 36-year-old Alex Daniel is now facing charges including fleeing, aggravated battery on an officer, and possession of a weapon by a convicted felon. And by the way, as Daniels was being booked at the jail, they found meth on him, so he's going to get that charge too.
All right.
A Sonoma County chopper is searching for a burglary suspect who fled during a pursuit just a short while ago.
There it is, right there. Got it.
And there he is.
So that's it. Yep. They're taking the Lucas Valley off right now. Lucas Valley off.
The driver jumps off the highway.
Lucas Valley, and run well overhead. We got eyes on him. We'll call it. Oh, there he goes. Yep.
And then jumps right back on.
All right, he's getting on northbound 101, guys. Northbound 101, and he's getting ready to go backwards on 101. He's going to go backwards on 101.
He makes a U-turn and is now going the wrong way on the 101 freeway.
He's wrong way. He is southbound in the northbound lanes on 101 from Freight. He's still southbound 101, approximately 70 miles an hour. He's still continuing southbound, passing North San Pedro.
Police have traffic blocked off, so the wrong way driver now has got all 5 lanes to himself.
And he's coming up to your guys' brake. He's coming up to your guys' brake. And he just passed the brake. He's still southbound in the northbound lanes. Is he gonna take this exit? Nope.
He goes around the traffic and is now zooming along the shoulder.
Now he's in the number 4 lane. He's in the number 4 lane because there is no shoulder.
He gets through the traffic, and again the road opens up.
He's coming up to your brake, guys. Coming up to your brake. He's about 70 miles an hour.
Up ahead, a patrol car and a police motorcycle are blocking traffic. And he heads straight for the motorcycle.
He just swerved towards your motor officer. He swerved towards the motor officer. He's on the shoulder again, still southbound.
He barely misses a bus and is then pitted by a patrol car.
There we go. Okay. All right, he's TC'd. He's TC'd. There we go. We have an officer trying to go out with him now.
Get on the ground! Stop the car! Stop the car! Stop the car! Shit, hands up! Hands up! Right here!
They have him at gunpoint.
Come out of the car! Come out of the car and lay on the ground! Get on the ground right now! Get out of the car right now!
The driver will not get out of the car.
Hey, how many people do you see inside?
What? Come out of the car!
Come out of the car now!
Hey, can't get out of the car.
Crawl through the window!
He's now refusing to crawl through the window. And to make matters worse, some of the other drivers are refusing to sit still and wait.
Stop! Oh my God.
And now it looks like the Equinox appears to be on fire.
He's responding, says he can't get out. We need fire wrong way from Central. Car's starting to be on fire, subject inside, saying he can't get out. Come out!
They're not sure if the driver is armed.
Give me lethal cover and I'm gonna spray.
But with the flames growing, they're willing to take that chance.
Hey, keep your hands up! Keep your hands where I can see them. You got a knife? Come out of the car! The car!
Okay, I got you. Hold on, man, hold on. All right, they're getting him out of the car now.
Do it now.
They remove the driver. And now to finish putting out that fire.
Hey, anybody down there, let me know if anybody's injured. We'll land on the freeway. I have a paramedic.
36-year-old Casey Beck is now in the Sonoma County jail, facing charges including felony evading an officer by driving on the wrong side of traffic and felony assault of an officer with a deadly weapon.
Wow, that was something.
Can you, but it's like average citizens are driving and probably not believing their eyes.
Right, and then the idiot who drives right by the police.
Impatient, can't wait.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, into a potential crossfire situation.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, this first one involves a car thief who tried to elude police by using a little reverse psychology. Police in Dearborn, Michigan have tracked down a stolen 2023 Hyundai Santa Fe wagon to this BP gas station. An officer pulls up directly in front of the vehicle, blocking it in, and approaches the driver.
What's up, bud? What's your hands? Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Put your hands up.
The driver puts the car in reverse and tries to exit.
Okay, freedom's going to be Davidson Springs, 357.
But a second officer now has him blocked in.
28 priority. I got a vehicle trying to take off. It's a stolen vehicle. We're in the BP lot.
He continues backing up.
And Oakman and Ford.
And backing up some more.
Florida plate.
And some more.
Florida plate. He's going in reverse.
And backs up more.
BP Oakman and Ford, stolen vehicle.
And some more. And some more. Until he crashes into a patrol car. And then continues going in reverse. Right out of the gas station.
28 priority. He just potentially collided with the patrol vehicle. He's in reverse on Ford Road, going eastbound on Ford. Single male occupant.
Eastbound Ford, collided with patrol vehicle.
There's now 3 patrol cars in pursuit of this backwards driver, who continues to back up some more.
28, he's still in reverse. We're slow speeds. His vehicle is heavily damaged. His ops is here. We're going to turn it over to them.
Okay, vehicle's heavily damaged, still in reverse. Turn it over to ops.
The driver runs the red in reverse.
Not here, but yeah, he's still going through reverse on the ground.
He's now going in reverse through a construction zone.
28, as soon as they get with us, we're going to turn it over. He's still going in reverse on McGraw. On Ford.
Still reversing on McGraw. We're notifying Detroit.
At this point, the driver is showing no inclination of turning around. I guess if there's one upshot to driving in reverse, he's got himself a really good view of the patrol cars that are chasing him.
28, if they're available, we're going to turn it over to him. We're still with it. He's still going in reverse. We're at slow speeds here. We're at 30 miles an hour. He's coming to a stop now. We're at Lawndale. Shut it down. Now. Stop.
At Lawndale, still reverse.
Stop. 28, he's coming to a stop. His vehicle's going to be disabled. We're going to box him in.
He's now surrounded on all 4 sides.
Hands up right now. Put it in park. Put it in park now. Put it in park now.
The driver showing no interest in complying.
Turn the car off now. Turn the car off now. 28, have everybody else go easy. We've got the vehicle boxed in. We're trying to get him out of the vehicle. He's not complying at this time.
The driver reaches over and takes a swig of his drink.
Boxed in, subject is still not
Turn the car off.
Keep your hands up and open the driver's door.
Bernie, watch yourself. Bernie, watch yourself.
And it looks like he's finally ready to comply.
I'm good on all that. I'm responding.
Get him out of the car on the ground now. Get him on the ground now.
I will. Get on the ground.
28, we're taking him into custody.
To the car. Come around this way, guys.
Taking him into custody.
They place the driver in handcuffs.
I'm just nervous.
You're nervous? You could have simply stopped. It's a stolen car in Wayne County. Now it's worse.
4 code green.
But before he's taken away,
Fort Cove Green, McGraw and Lawndale.
the backwards driver has one last request.
Can I let it work? No.
No,
Okay, we'll get Russ
absolutely not.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Easy to okay?
You just got that.
I know. You're trying to eat your burger when you're running from the police?
Jonathan Araj of Detroit is facing charges of fleeing and eluding, receiving and concealing a motor vehicle and possession of controlled substances, less than 25 grams.
All right. Well, the guy was a very good driver.
You got to give credit where credit's due there.
I mean,
I got dizzy just watching it.
Right? I mean, the fact that that guy could drive as far as he did
in reverse.
In reverse. We were one of you was saying he drives better than some people we know.
Go forward.
Driving forward. No names. No names will be mentioned here. All right.
Westbound Mississippi.
We had a homicide in our city earlier today. We got our criminal investigative division behind the vehicle. We're gonna get in the area and see what we get.
People on the 3rd Street. You never pointed a gun or anything. They say this was possibly the homicide suspect. Pursuits authorized. Get on 6 on your 10, guys. Come up to Patrick. I need some people get into that new neighborhood just east of it.
Just east of it?
Good stickhead.
Let's keep going. Let's keep rolling. This is him. He's coming towards us.
Coming back out towards him here, guys. Watch yourselves. Watch yourselves.
He's pulling in. He's pulling in.
Great job. He's calling it for us, buddy.
Get the out of the damn car! Get the out of the car! I'm getting out of the car! I'm getting out! I can't! Come on, man! What y'all doing this for, man? What the hell y'all doing? Bro,
Let's get him cuffed.
what y'all doing all this for, man? 100%. Jay, 100%. Bro, what y'all doing? Yeah. What y'all doing all that for, man?
Positive ID.
Great job, guys. Great job.
Stop resisting.
Stop.
Come on, man. What y'all doing all that for, man?
I got him, Sarge.
Come on, Sarge, chill, bro.
Relax.
I am.
Well, you just took us.
No one's hurt, all right? Everybody's good. I'm signal
Come
forward.
on, man. What y'all doing all that for, bro? Why you trying to hit me, man? Hit you? I put in the yard. You swerved right at me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, it's game over. So I put in. Be quiet.
Great job. Just please, no one.
Right, you swerved right at me. You trying to throw the spikes hard? Come on, man. I put in the yard, bro.
All right, Chef.
I did not try to hit you, man.
Everybody's counting.
Hey,
Hey, come on.
stay right here, man.
Right
You doing what to my mama, man? I just want to talk to her, man. She can't talk to her.
Yo.
I want to talk to her, man. I want to talk to her. Please. I'm going to tell you one more time. Can I just tell you one more time, or you're going to get resisting as well? Let's go. All right, man. Somebody call right.
Come on, follow me.
We had a very brazen homicide in broad daylight, and we got some decent suspect information. Our suspect was in this vehicle.
He took his vehicle towards many officers. I had to throw my car in reverse and get out of the way, otherwise he was probably going to run right into me. We grabbed him, pulled him out of the car, took him into custody, and now our objective is just to get him out of here as fast as possible, clean up this neighborhood. Great work, CID, great work, VCAT, great work, patrol. Even our chief and our captain came out here. We all worked together to get a dangerous man in custody, and that's exactly what we did here.
3 November 22.
That car that just blew past at 90 miles an hour is a 2009 Ford Escape that was reported stolen out of Green Bay. The deputy catches up with the driver, who's now passing cars in the opposite lane.
Car just passing still blazing speed. 90 miles an hour coming up to the intersection.
Up ahead, a deputy prepares to deploy stop sticks. The driver swerves into the other lane
155 failed spike.
and then makes a left turn and is now heading into town, going more than double the speed limit. He runs the red and the chase is called off.
Copy, it's still eastbound.
And then just 90 seconds later, the pursuit is back on. This time with a different deputy. He catches up to the driver, who's now all over the road, passing cars in the opposite lane. Up ahead, a deputy prepares to throw stop sticks. And the driver swerves around them. This is starting to sound like deja vu all over again. When suddenly, the driver exits the highway. He runs the red. And then the deputy moves in for the pit. And barely misses. Up ahead, it looks like a dead end.
We're in the church parking lot, going over the grass. going around the church on the grass.
He's back on the road. And now back on the grass.
That's back out to Johnson. Good improvement at that intersection, Bracer.
The deputy tries to pit him again, but the driver squeezes through several cars and gets away.
Going the wrong way on Johnson, westbound and eastbound lane, almost hit 5 cars head on.
He's now driving on the opposite side of the road towards oncoming traffic.
We are still westbound and eastbound lane.
Fortunately, most of the drivers seem to be pulling over to the right lane. But this is getting very dangerous. He makes a left and is now back going the right way.
Southbound on Prairie from Johnson, passing Ledgeview. Speeds at 75. Ran the stop sign at Division.
The deputy moves in for another pit. And the driver crashes into a tree.
1050, hit a tree.
Location.
Prairie and Morningside.
They're now both surrounded at gunpoint.
Hands up! Stop! On the ground!
The two suspects exit from the vehicle.
Do it now! Arms out to your side! Arms out to your side! Don't look at me!
And they're both placed in handcuffs.
I look clear from here. I can't see you back.
The driver, 33-year-old Thomas Chavez, was arrested for OWI, operating while intoxicated, as well as numerous other charges. The passenger, 32-year-old Jamie Matoxin, turned out to have several warrants. Inside that vehicle, by the way, police say they found some needles, heroin, fentanyl, and burglary tools.
A rolling pharmacy.
Yeah.
Luckily, nobody got hurt. I mean, that was a dangerous.
Absolutely. That was a lot of vehicles wrecked up in there. What I'm going to do is take you to just over the Tennessee border, to West Memphis, Arkansas.
Bravo Delta X-ray 90953, stolen license plate. Read the Exxon by.
An Arkansas state trooper has just pulled over this 2010 Ford Edge with a stolen plate. While the trooper runs the car's info and waits for backup to arrive, the driver apparently has other plans. The trooper follows the driver out of the gas station. And now there's two troopers in pursuit.
1037.
Looks like the driver's jumping onto the service road. And then suddenly makes a U-turn and is now heading the wrong way. The trooper moves in for a pit. The trooper's about to pit him again, but with the semi approaching, not a good idea.
The wrong way on the service road. He's getting on the interstate going the wrong way, Fort City.
The driver quickly cuts across 3 lanes of traffic.
What's the supervisor advise?
This has suddenly turned very dangerous. The driver is now running vehicles off the road and almost crashes head-on into a utility truck.
Don't hit me.
What's your location?
He's now trying to cross over to the other shoulder and just misses an oncoming SUV. And then just misses an 18-wheeler. But he's not out of the woods yet, because there's now 2 18-wheelers headed his way.
Shoot, 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 shoot.
Fortunately, it looks like the driver's now taking the exit. Unfortunately, he's still going the wrong way. Up ahead, a pedestrian hurries to get out of the way. Over the railroad tracks they go. And the trooper moves in for another pit. Again, the trooper moves in for a pit.
Come on, brother. You got it. You got it. B22.
TBI, 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 Mountain City.
Maybe out of
The SUV comes to a stop, and the driver, along with the passenger, take off on foot. Followed by both troopers, who also take off on foot.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
And I'm sure right about now, these two troopers running across the pasture instead of driving are probably wondering why they ever got out of their patrol cars in the first place. Well, the two suspects were eventually apprehended at the other end of that field. The passenger was released. The driver pled guilty to felony fleeing and theft by receiving greater than $5,000. So he was sentenced to, get this, 60 months probation.
No way.
After that crazy one.
Wow.
Lost for words.
Yeah, well, it also is a reminder of how different departments have different policies when it comes
Little
to
bit.
suits.
Yes.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Just a little. But wow, 60 months probation. All right. Well,
As we mentioned earlier, this one will take us to my neck of the woods, Catoosa, Oklahoma, which butts up to the east side of Tulsa.
I've got a Ford Fusion, no plate.
An Oklahoma State trooper has just spotted a stolen Ford Fusion that was involved in a pursuit with police earlier in the day. The driver gets back inside the car and is now backing up.
I've got a vehicle matching. He's taking off for me.
320, okay?
Southbound, he's going reverse.
You might say reverse.
He crashes into the trooper's car. Crashes into a tree. And takes off. He makes a quick right turn and is now trying to lose him in this residential neighborhood.
We're northbound coming up on Admiral.
He makes a left turn.
Right there.
And narrowly avoids two oncoming patrol cars.
He did ram me a couple times trying to get away from me.
The driver runs the stop sign.
Westbound on Admiral. He's blacked out.
And is now trying to lose them by driving in the dark without any lights. The trooper's now right behind him
328, shot TBI.
and moves in for the pit.
TBI.
The driver crashes through the fence and comes to a stop.
Get your hands out the window!
The driver backs up and takes off again.
He's going down the fence line. Going south.
Good. Hey, 3 get ready to bust that fence right there in front of you. Watch out.
There he is on the other side of the fence.
And in the sports complex. Over here to the right.
And now he's crashed down.
And into the ditch he goes.
Show me
The driver is quickly surrounded by what has to be at least a dozen officers.
Hands out the window, now! Get your hands out the window! Then you'll get tased and dog bit.
With the car now dwelling at the end of this lonely street,
Hands out the window, now! Move up with it. All the way out! All the way out! All the way out!
the driver begins climbing out from the stolen car.
Keep your hands up and you can see them the whole time. Go to the ground. Go to the ground. Get on the ground now.
Do not reach.
All the way down. All the way down.
He's placed in cuffs,
Dispatch for secure one call.
but before he's led to a waiting patrol car,
Stand up. Should I start a record?
he has one last request.
Man, can I get a cigarette? License, please? Please, sir?
No.
Which car is he going?
35-year-old Everett Myers is currently in the Tulsa County Jail on charges including DUI, eluding, and assault and battery with a deadly weapon.
wow. That is
It's a wild one.
that was a wild one.
That's how they get down in Tulsa.
Yeah. Sorry, someone's saying something to me in my ear.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed it. What'd you say?
I said that's how they get down in Tulsa. You know, we're always talking about Arkansas pursuits.
it's
you know,
true. It's true.
Tulsa, Oklahoma, or Tulsa and Arkansas are up against each other.
No offense, but
I'm talking geographically.
Oh, okay.
The
Okay.
pursuit policy
I was
they
just
have
gonna
there
say, yeah.
is a little different.
Yeah.
What do you mean by policy?
Yeah.
You mean the lack of a law, right?
This is him. I'm going to try to get stopped here. And if I have to, I'll do discretion. Do it right here.
A wrong-way driver is heading directly towards his deputy at nearly 75 miles an hour. If he doesn't stop the driver now, it's just a matter of time before the vehicle crashes into oncoming traffic.
Lightweight, baby. Hang on to it. Crash, crash, crash. Roll me medical. I'm hit.
He's hurt, but is able to get out of the vehicle.
Fight it, Hutton. Fight it. Fight it, Hutton. Fight it. Yeah, I'm definitely hurt, and I need backup quick.
Thankfully, neither the deputy nor the driver were seriously hurt. I'm now joined by the deputy who survived that crash, Michael Hutton. Wow. Michael, take us through it. How do you prepare for a car coming at you going 75 miles an hour?
Well, there's not a whole lot of ways to prepare, to be honest with you. When I got there, I saw a car coming at me with its headlights on. My radar indicated about 70+ miles per hour. I began weaving essentially from side to side of the roadway with my lights and sirens activated, just desperately trying to get this person to see me and hopefully slow down a little bit. Unfortunately, that didn't work. And I positioned my vehicle in a way that I could take that direct head-on hit, so to speak, in more of a controlled crash fashion, if you will, in an effort to protect all of the other motorists that were behind me, as well as that driver.
Lightweight, baby. Hang on to it.
And what's the first thought that entered your mind after the crash?
So, to be honest with you, immediately after impact, I was kind of knocked loopy, we'll say, and I was very disoriented, dizzy, and just kind of trying to get my bearings straight and figure out what the heck just happened. I stumbled out of the vehicle, and once I started to kind of get my bearings, I was concerned that this person was potentially hostile, and this was an intentional attack of some kind. So I took a position on the side of my vehicle just to kind of challenge that driver, so to speak, to at least show me their hands.
And then you get to the driver. What do you see?
Well, so I make my way to the rear of that SUV of her vehicle.
This is Deputy Hutton.
What?
Deputy Hutton, Sheriff's Office. Oh. All right, I'm here to help you.
And I actually see an elderly female in the driver's seat, of course, no other occupants in the vehicle. And I quickly recognize this is not a hostile situation. Something else is wrong here. So I immediately begin trying to render aid, keep her calm, and get her out of that car and into mine somewhere a little bit safer.
It looks like you also had a dog to deal with.
She did have a little puppy with her, yes.
You want me to take your dog to my car real quick? I just want to get you out of here, okay? Are you okay?
So it turns out she wasn't drunk, but what was her condition?
So it was pretty clear to me that she was having some sort of medical episode because she was very disoriented and confused herself outside of what would have been kind of normal for a car crash, if that makes sense.
And Deputy Hutton, how are you feeling now?
So I was a little sore. You know, I was a little banged up. Initially, I lost use of my left arm, and the dizziness, disorientation, all of that kind of faded. But ultimately, I'm okay. I can't complain at all.
Well, we're just glad that both of you came out of this in one piece. Deputy Hutton, thanks for joining us tonight.
No, not a problem.
Hey, that's just another example how men and women in law enforcement across the country put themselves, out in harm's way to keep other people safe.
Yeah, and what a turn in that story by the end, that it was just
crazy.
A woman having a medical episode there.
10-4, traveling 7th Street northbound.
It's 4:30 a.m. and Marion County K-9 Corporal Anthony Escobar, along with K-9 Jet, who you hear barking, are tracking an erratic driver.
10-4, male, unknown babies and messages.
He's weaving all over the road.
Spring, stand by, U-turn number 9.
And now finds himself going the wrong way.
There's no traffic coming up to him. All right, he's making a U-turn. He corrected himself. Southbound.
And he's now going back the other way. It appears he's either intoxicated or just a really bad driver.
All right, going back to 7th Street. Going to run the intersection here, no traffic.
10-4, running intersection at 7th Street.
He then runs the red light.
Where's my closest unit?
And then off the road he goes again. And he's now going the wrong way again.
15-10-08, approaching for 40. Second and time.
He's now back on the grass. and now going the right way. But not for long. And now he's back going the wrong way.
10-4 southbound, northbound lanes, no traffic.
Eastbound on 28th Street.
10-4 eastbound 28th Street. 10-4 75th.
The deputy gets in position for a pit, and then the driver almost crashes into an oncoming vehicle.
He's going to the greenway.
He's now entering a closed park
10-4 pulls in the freeway.
and disrupts a couple having what they thought would be a little alone time.
Back out of the greenway. Almond Road heading towards Lacey. Left turn on Almond Course. So he pulled into a mailbox at the bottom. That's it.
After smashing a mailbox, he's now back on the road and going the wrong way.
I don't got enough power. Coming through the intersection of 28th Street.
10-4 westbound 28th Street. 6794 set up sticks.
Up ahead, another deputy sets up stop sticks.
64 69 shell 1. He start exhortation.
The deputy moves in for a pit.
Coming up to 36 now. Kilo's trying to pit.
10-4 something pit 36 hours.
Set up a stick. He drove out of it. Still coming towards 36 out. Passing the plant right now.
10-4 past the plant, pushing 36 out.
The deputy backs off as stop sticks are deployed.
Get us on the stick, stand by for a bailout here in the neighborhood.
It looks like the sticks work.
Get it on stick.
Turning northbound, southeast 40th Ave.
The vehicle's lost control, and he's now driving on the grass again.
3rd Street, pulling into a house.
10-4 points out.
He then crashes through a fence
Through a fence. Damn right.
and then dives through the window head first.
Talk to that man, buddy. There's another canine stab you, nigga. Dog bit. Yeah, here. Yeah, here. Talk to that man, buddy. Get on the ground now. Get on the ground now. Ground now.
K-9 Jet catches up to the driver, who is quickly apprehended. And as it turns out, he has a perfectly good excuse for why he fled.
I was at the gas station, and I had my chain on. Somebody tried to rob me. Please, you gotta believe me.
Tyler Consolo was charged with driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs, aggravated fleeing with injury or damage, and also resisting without violence. After he was arrested, Tyler was transported to the hospital where he stated he was high as F. You could fill in the other 3 letters if you'd like.
Shocker. You know? But let me ask you a serious question. You know, this is a very intense pursuit. You and I were talking as we were watching this, and you were telling me you've been involved in some very intense pursuits. Talk to me about like the mindset. How do you stay calm as the officer who's following in a situation like that?
You know, when you're engaged in a pursuit like that, you're having to monitor everything that's going on, not just inside the vehicle as far as your lights, your siren, your radio, everything going on with that, but you're monitoring your traffic conditions, and you're thinking to yourself, why are they running? And the more violations they're occurring, you're wondering, why are you doing so much to get away? And when you really don't know, that just makes you be on edge even more. But you've got so many things going on. You just have to take a deep breath and let it come to you. You know, I tell people all the time when they're starting at the department that's never been in a pursuit before, I say, you know, take a deep breath, you know, make sure that you're watching everything in front of that vehicle and make sure that you're paying attention to what you're doing. As long as you do those things and you keep your distance, you know, a lot of times you'll be okay. But it's just remembering that this is, the time's on your side. The ball's in your court. You know, take your time.
It's 11:45 p.m. and an Arkansas state trooper is attempting to pull over the driver of this Hyundai Tiburon. He turns on his lights and siren, and the driver takes off. If you look closely, you can see there's a woman in the car with him. The trooper moves in for a pit, and the driver brake checks him.
Attempted pit, he brake checked me.
He exits the highway and then, just like that, he's back on the highway.
42, coming up behind you. Back 430 north.
He's weaving all over the road, passing cars on the inside shoulder.
Behind me, call it. 41 Little Rock. I'm secondary.
The trooper moves in for another pit. And the driver brake checks him again.
430 North, Texas.
And again, the driver exits. He's now jumping onto the interstate. But quickly slows down.
We're spinning back around.
Makes a U-turn. And it looks like he's now going the wrong way.
Wrong way. 630 westbound.
I copy. Wrong way, 630 westbound.
10-4. We're in oncoming traffic, speed about 70. We need to get that stopped.
This is getting too dangerous, and the trooper pulls back.
Speeds are about 105.
Meanwhile,
So what side of the interstate are y'all on? Westbound.
another trooper is headed their way, but from the opposite direction.
1 mile marker. I'm in Fair Park, westbound.
This is the dash cam from the other trooper.
Just past University, still westbound. Excuse me, he's down the westbound lane. We need to get that stopped.
He's now getting in position, hoping to stop the driver, who's now coming right at him. He turns the wheel at the last second, and they collide head on.
I hit him.
I hit him with a rock. I hit him.
Adam 16, I copy. You hit him?
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
The passenger gets out the car.
He's in the woods. Get on the ground. I'll shoot you. Get on the ground.
Apparently, the driver has already jumped over a barbed wire fence and is nowhere to be seen.
There's a chain link fence here. It goes over to, like the football field, War Memorial.
Get up. Get up.
Troopers attempt to find the driver. And in the meantime, it looks like this woman now has a little bit of explaining to do.
Excuse me.
Shut up. Shut your mouth.
I'm pregnant, bro.
And with the help of a canine, Brent Ellis was eventually tracked down by hiding in a nearby golf course. Now, he's facing some serious charges, including second-degree battery, felony fleeing, aggravated assault, DWI, fleeing on foot, endangering the welfare of a minor, as well as multiple traffic infractions. And the passenger told troopers she had just met Ellis at the Walmart prior to this big chase.
Wow. And, that officer really took one for the team there. I mean, most people would say, oh, officers need to be careful, but this is a situation where they needed to get this guy off the road, right?
Yeah, 2 cars at 70 hitting. I mean, it would have been over. So, yeah, that was courageous. Yes. Goodness. Oof.
It's 6 a.m. and Idaho Springs PD are responding to multiple reports of this Tesla heading east in the westbound lane of I-70.
205 out with vehicle.
Stop your car!
The wrong way driver is now going in reverse.
Stop the car! Stop your vehicle!
The Tesla continues going backwards. While this is far from safe, at least this wrong way driver is no longer going the wrong way.
Driver, stop your vehicle!
The driver continues in reverse, pulling off the shoulder and onto the highway.
205, I have the driver currently reversing on the highway, refusing to stop his vehicle.
The wrong way driver is not only refusing to obey orders, he's also driving in 2 lanes, which is a flagrant lane violation.
Driver, pull over!
A second patrol car has now joined in the pursuit.
Pull over!
Though I'm not sure you'd actually call this a pursuit. The Tesla is now going nearly 40 miles an hour in reverse, and the officers fear he may try to lose them at the next exit.
Get up on him.
Pull over! Pull over!
Get ready to cut him over here.
Stop right now! Stop the car! Stop the car or we will ram you! Do you understand? Stop the car! Stop the car! Stop it right there! Stop the car! Cut him behind, cut behind.
They have him blocked in, and the driver comes to a stop. The driver appears very nervous and does not seem to know how to put the Tesla in park.
Now, open that door.
He opens the door.
Watch him. Yep, I got him. You're going to step out and you're going to walk backwards till I tell you to stop. Get out of the car! No, not 1 second. Get out of the car. What do you have underneath you? Stop digging underneath you. Get out of the car.
The driver pulls out some sort of beverage.
Leave that. Set it down. No.
He takes a swig.
Uncle.
And then takes a second swig. He's pulled from the car and placed in cuffs.
We have one detained.
I'll tell you everything I know. I really have nothing to hide. All right, just sit down. Yes, sir.
We're still figuring out what's going on because we don't know what the hell that was.
I was just speeding, you know. And I saw you guys and I kind of got alarmed, you know, because I thought we were working as a team. What the hell?
The officer looks inside the Tesla and makes a discovery. Those are whippets.
Oh, cool. Honestly, that's why he's talking gibberish. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Court of law? That's not good.
They read him his rights.
With having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us now?
Yes and no, because it seems like nobody's talking. No.
Let's start from the beginning.
Yeah.
What happened? How did you end up on the wrong way on the highway?
So, yeah, obviously I'm jumping timelines here. I know that sounds crazy, but all the roads look completely different.
It's starting to sound like after jumping timelines, the driver could be stuck in some sort of space-time continuum.
Honestly, at this point, I know I'm gonna wake up and do the same thing again.
Okay.
Where did he say he was?
He has no clue. He jumped timelines. That's what he's convinced he jumped timelines. What that means, I don't know.
32-year-old Jeremy Zellers is now facing charges including eluding, reckless endangerment, DUI, and abusing toxic vapors. That's for the 4 canisters of nitrous oxide they found in the car. They also found an open bottle of Jack Daniels.
Huh. All right. Well, that was
combo.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure.
To go to jail.
Yeah.
Quite a ride.
Go to next dimension.